in case you lose all your power here tonight. Okay, welcome to our team call. Okay, so tonight we are going to go line by line in the calendar till the end of the year, and we are going to do a couple of different things as a team that I think will be really rad, and really bring some value to our people as we close out 2019. Because I've been preaching from the rooftops that I just want to end this year with like giving people life in every possible way, and I do believe that we have the ability to do that. So I'm going to share my screen, and we are literally going to go line by line and talk about all the things we're promoting. If you are someone who promotes your own you got your own agenda, that is totally fine. You can still follow along, and you can follow the same time frame as us. You can take our ideas, you can, whatever the case might be. We just want to we want to show you how this year can end on a really strong note. As we do go into Thursday, Thanksgiving, November and December, I will get my life together here. As we go into November and December, they can feel hard. We're not going to I wanted to use a weird word that I would never use, tiptoe around the fact that it could be challenging, but the reality is it could be challenging because it's busy and it's a lot of money, and people tend to just avoid doing anything that is remotely, expensive. So this is our plan to hopefully bring value to people, hopefully share what's working, and then hopefully you guys can, and then we can also rally as a team, because I do think that when we do things together, it gives us a camaraderie is that the right word? Camaraderie that people really want to be a part of. And I think that there's something to that. So if you would, get out your calendars. And I want you guys, this is interactive. You have questions, you have comments, you have ideas, whatever. This isn't just me. This is you too. Fair enough? Thoughts? Good? Okay. I'm going to unclick. Hold on one second. Really quick, who's going to Punta Cana? Anybody? I know people keep getting invited. So if you haven't gotten invited, don't be surprised if an invitation comes through. And if you're thinking, no, there's no way, there's, that I just haven't, I'm not there, you're there. And because if you had any success club points in 2018, you're just going, they just go down the list and you keep getting invited. So I just want to, put the bug in your ear, as maybe you need a vacation in the beginning of 2020, as I know I do. Actually, Andy, I meant to tell you, James and I are extending our stay. I know. We don't have anyone to watch our kids, but we'll figure that out as the time comes, right? Someone will volunteer. Doubtful. Very doubtful. Okay, so here we are in the end of October. So I'm going to, and this is how I set up my calendar. So maybe this will be helpful for you as you, if you're someone who does run multiple groups, or maybe you're like, well, how do you manage the multiple groups? This has been really helpful for me to kind of see. So I just cleared my calendar. Let me make sure I can access. Okay, so we are going to go like this. We're going to start, really at this point in the game, we are promoting, the work is still in promotion, as well as the fixings is pretty much finalizing as we are about to kick off on Monday. And if you sign any people, you can simply challenge groups. You can, they could sign up, they could get in as late as like the 3rd if you need to. Okay, so we are going to end on, so we're going to run a 4-week group, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to end on December 1st. Oops, where'd you go? Okay. So we've got the fixings, right?
Great. While she is getting this first one set up, I just want to jump in and say, if you have your own groups planned, awesome. This call will still be valuable because we're going to talk about strategically when you're doing calls to action and what are you doing in your stories and things like that, so that your social media isn't all challenge group, challenge group, challenge group, be my group. There's like, you know, a good flow with it timing wise. And this also helps set you up for Success Club so that you're not just like scrounging at the end of the month. You are planned out with a strategy to get you there.
Okay, so as and just so you know, if you want to jump in on the Fixings with us, the Fixings is a 4-week 21-day fix mashup. It's going to be fun. It's going to be it'll be some of the old 21-day fix, some of the new 21. It'll just be a whole autumn mashup. We may like throw in a couple fun things from like 80 Day Obsession just for like a, you know, change of pace or, you know, something like that. Or maybe we'll even throw in a couple sample workouts from Morning Meltdown or, you know, just kind of we're going to play with it. And I have not made it yet. And I probably need to do that ASAP. So that's kind of what the Fixings is going to be about. So if you want to promote it or if you want to tell any of your people, again, we only put people who are drinking Shakeology into our challenge groups. That's what we do on our end. If you choose not to, that is totally your prerogative. That being said, the work prep group kicks off on the 4th. And is going to run till the 10th. I'm going to call it the current promo program because that's what's happening. And then it's going to run the work. It's going to run until, what do we say? 3, 4.
It runs till the week before Christmas.
Is that right?
Till the 22nd. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is the work. If you want to do this with us, you are more than welcome. If you want to promote it, this is a team-wide group. Y'all, I don't know if you've tried one of the workouts, but it's going to be fire. Like, apparently fire is my new thing here. But it's going to change your body, literally change your body. I've been watching all of the programs because I've been trying to come up with moves of the day, which I want to talk about. But it is probably it's going to be intense, yes, but everything is modifiable, even though they say it isn't. I mean, I'm modifying right now. So like it's all modifiable. And if you look at some of the people who are doing this program, every kind of level of fitness is doing this program. So if for whatever reason you are not on board, you still have time to get on board, as we are not kicking off until the 11th. So for this week and next week, we will continue with a move of the day. The move of the day is not just meant to be like thrown up in your stories. If you have been, not a big deal, but it can be a great call to action. There is something very inspiring and I don't know if you ever if you go back and watch any of our stories from the day, and you go back and you watch, and all of a sudden somebody's stories kicks off with the move of the day, and it builds momentum. All of a sudden you see like, wow, this was rad. Like, look at all these different shapes, different ages, different people, and they're all doing the move a little bit different, but they're all excited and they're all trying. It's very inspiring, very, very inspiring. And then a call to action. So don't utilize that move of the day as something to work through and work from. And if you're like, well, but nobody's posted the move of the day yet, or I haven't been tagged yet, then just hold off on your stories and just take pictures and then throw up all your stuff on your stories as the day unfolds. Eventually people will tag you and I always aim for at least 4. I don't aim for all. I think there's 11 people who are doing it. I don't aim for all of them. I just aim for at least 4 people. And then once I have 4, I make a call to action and away we go. But it really, in my opinion, seems very effective. And I do believe it is why Morning Meltdown was so effective for our team, as we got so creative at the end there with our Morning Meltdown moves. And we were like all over we were in the airports and on ledges and in benches, and it's cool. People, that's different. And actually, Andrea and I were talking today about your stories and how it's so easy to get into the same rhythm of the same thing every single day. But if you think about a reality TV show, which is basically what stories are, you really need to get kind of creative and share different stuff every day. And, sometimes I think you have to start thinking of your life a little outside the box, which I think is uncomfortable for a lot of people, because it's like, well, my life isn't that exciting, but it is. Maybe you go to make your coffee in the morning and you really want coffee mate creamer, but instead you bring your stories on the story of how, like, you know, I was seriously addicted to this stuff and all I ever wanted was this. And then one day I just decided and I ended up doing this 3-day refresh. And all of a sudden I'm talking about something different. And people are like, oh, wow, I can really relate to that. I drink coffee mate creamer all day, every day. So I think you do kind of have to get out of your own head and get off your own box and kind of think about what is exciting to put into your stories. Okay, so back to our action plan here. So we are going to do a 21 days of gratitude leading right into Thanksgiving. So it will start on, what's 21 days from 28th to 14th?
It's late in the month, so.
No, what's late in the month?
Like the 6th.
The 6th is 21 days till Thanksgiving. Okay, so as a team,
no, 7. Sorry, duh, because it's on the 28th.
Isn't it the 7th? So as a team, we are going to run 2 free groups in November and December. We have not done this before. It is our sole purpose, has nothing to do with selling a challenge pack. Our sole purpose is to make connection. That's it. To show people that we can be a loving community, period. It's going to be messy because there's going to be 47,000 people in the group and you won't might be able to keep track of everybody, but it won't matter because we are just going to show teammanship, not a word, but you get what I'm trying to say. And we're going to show people what it looks like to be in a challenge, in a challenge group. I'm going to make a new. So what does that, what am I looking for? There it is, free group. Okay, we're going to say this is a free group. Okay, there we go. So we are promoting this week. We're promoting the work. Maybe you're promoting something else. We have a new group running starting on the 4th. Then you're promoting through the 4th through like the 7th. You're promoting the work. The nice part is there's not a lot. You don't get a lot in the mail, so they could start literally as early. You know, you could sign someone on the 10th and they could jump in. It wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, go ahead.
Cece just asked Facebook or Challenge Tracker for the free group, and we hadn't really talked about this.
Facebook.
Do you think it'll go over better in Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
That way they're not checking. They don't have to see the pop-up of like Shakeology workout. That's what makes free groups in the app not translate as well. It's almost like, oh, they're trying to get us to buy something.
Yep. Every free group I've ever seen has done very well in Facebook. So yeah. Gratitude challenge, basically we'll have a challenge of the day and people will just check in. And we'll make a calendar for whoever wants to invite to it and run with it. It'll be a great experience as a team just to like work with a Google Doc, practice scheduling your posts, all that jazz. But so you can start talking about that in your stories right away. I think that teaching people that gratitude, you know, finding things to be grateful for is something that we think is so common, but how often do you sit down to write? How often do you think to yourself, man, I should really do what Brendon Burchard says and go to bed and write 10 things I'm grateful for? And then how often do you go to bed and you never do it? The reality is it's not as easy as we think it is. And so we are going to bring some love and joy and gratitude to our community this November. So you can start talking about gratitude pretty much now. We will get that. I'm going to try to get that group up tomorrow on Facebook, and then I'll put that all on the team page. I'll put, and then once you guys decide, if you say you want to do it with us, then I'll make you an admin so you can add your own people. You can add it to your link tree in your Instagram. So away you go. Any questions about that? No? Nada?
And yeah, Cece, it's great that we can go live in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Compared to
we can go live and we can talk about, maybe we're brave and like twice a week, whatever the challenge is, like we have, you're the coach of the, that's your day. Your job is to like go live and talk about the challenge and how you did it or whatever. Just like really showcasing, I don't know, just being like hope dealers. I truly believe that's what we are. And I think sometimes it's easy to get stuck in the weeds, but sometimes these free groups remind you of why it is that we do what we do. And you never know who we might be able to help this season. So that is my thought on the why we should do a free group. Okay. You're in charge of questions. How about that, Andy?
Got it.
Got it.
You could promote it in your stories. Becky asked, what are some things we can promote for this free group? You can talk about it in your stories. I would definitely make at least one public post about it. I would aim for more like 2 between now and next Thursday. And the nice thing is it's a free group. They don't have to buy anything. So you could invite to it all the way up until next Thursday. So talking about it in some fashion every day in your stories would be great. And at least 2 posts, I would say, to promote it.
I'll create like a quick theme. And then you guys, we can just run with that in our stories.
Daily, there will be a challenge or a grateful topic that we will ask them to comment on every single day in the group.
I actually think we already have a great
yeah, I think we do.
challenge in something. I want to say we did it in 2B Mindset last year.
Yeah.
And so we'll probably pull from that. Whether or not the images are great, we will find out, but hoping they are. And then we'll probably also do like, we'll do a morning post, and then we'll probably do like a live, and then maybe like a PM post of like a quote about that thing we'll figure it out. And basically a coach will be assigned a day. So let's say like 15 of us decide we wanted to do it. You're really only going maybe like 1 or 2 times. So it's not going to be a huge commitment on your level. It'll be something very simple. You'll be in charge of the day. You'll schedule the post, and away we go. We just want it to be fun, loving, kind, leading people into what is supposed to be one of the days that we actually count our blessings, and we are grateful for all the things in our life. And we're going to show people how to do that. So,
and personally, I'm not saying don't, but I don't typically invite personally one-on-one invites to free groups.
No,
I talk about it in my stories, and I talk about it in posts, but I'm not going to spend my time reaching out. But when you get responses back that are no's, it's a good thing to say, okay, totally understand. I'm also doing this gratitude challenge completely free. Would you want to check that out? You could totally use that as like a free option if you are invited to challenge groups and get objections to it.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea.
And Becky just asked if we should promote working out and eating well too. No, we're just going to focus on gratitude for this one. Sometimes it's nice to do a free group. And honestly, I haven't done a free group in a really long time. It's good timing. That's totally not even about health and fitness, because they see that we're doing health and fitness. If they go to your page, they know that you're a coach. So offering something else above and beyond is good. And the reality is a lot of people are going to be doing this gratitude. A lot of people talk about gratitude in November. As we know, it'll be all over. So having somewhere where, maybe people aren't used to doing this and they can focus in on it themselves and give them a little guidance on what does that even look like will be fun.
Mm-hmm. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a resource you can offer your people, your followers, your community, something other than always hitting them up to join you. And be like, wow, this is like one of those reasons why a cold invite goes so far. Because they're like, oh, remember that one month she did that like free gratitude challenge. That was amazing. And, this is something that I'd like to get back to. I remember I've done a lot of like praying for your spouse challenges and like different things as Valentine's Day comes in. And so I think that this really can be something that is powerful. So, okay. So we are moving into, we will promote the gratitude challenge. We will start a new coach mentorship on
Monday
the 4th. That will run.
It will run till the 29th. To the end of the month, because we'll kick off a new one December 2nd. So this will be in Voxer, and Definitely let us know if you have new coaches who want to be in on it. We do feel like the Voxer groups for getting new coaches started who are wanting to be involved work really well because we can answer questions in real time. I feel like the girls who have been in those groups who have really wanted this and paid attention and followed along, it's a really good mashup to the New Coach University that's in the team page that I feel like nobody sees, except for those people that pay attention in the Voxer group and actually take a hold of it. Because at your own pace training, I think is awesome. And I know we've said this 100 times, but that training, the New Coach Training website, New Coach University, sorry, is up to date, great information that we got from the top team. So it's an awesome resource, but getting people to do that on their own was where we were finding the blip. So having this extra resource where we're talking about the same topics and every day reminding them to go back to the New Coach University and make sure they're going through it, it allows us to answer questions in real time and really help people along the way in their journey.
Totally.
As a coach.
Yeah. Okay. So new coach mentorship. So, this like a good CTA, a call to action, coaching tomorrow, Sunday, I feel like are really great days to kind of talk about coaching, letting people know your new coach mentorship is kicking off. You're looking for 3 new women or 4 new women, whatever you want to say. I think Sunday night and maybe tomorrow night, maybe Women Crush Wednesday, teams, women coming together, etc. Thursday's kind of a dud, FYI, people. So don't try to, get a really great post up on Halloween, maybe in the morning, but by nighttime, pretty much everyone's checked out and they just want to see Halloween costumes. Just in case you're wondering and you want to make a really great post, I would save it just for whatever. Okay. So gratitude, new coach mentorship. So Andy, this is what we were talking about, huh? Mm-hmm. So in our info groups, we will start talking. When does BAR go on sale? December 2nd?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So BAR is the next program that comes out. And what we heard from the girls who went to leadership was a very common thread that they didn't think it would be that hard, especially coming off of Morning Meltdown and the work and kind of thinking I don't know if I'm going to want to do it, but they were very pleasantly surprised. And even before they said that, I kind of had the same thoughts. And I also thought this is actually a really good program for a lot of our market. I don't know about you, but I know so many moms who love BAR method and then they just get to the point where they don't want to pay for it anymore or, the childcare situation or whatever, and then they stop going. I've talked to a lot of moms, but they're BAR people. They don't want to do the higher intensity stuff. So I think it's going to be a really great launch for everybody on our team. So our plan is to rally behind that like champs. I feel like we blew Morning Meltdown out of the water and we can do the same thing with BAR. And don't let yourself get overwhelmed with these launches. Just get on board with the hype and excitement and just do what you can do with it. That's why we keep creating these info groups that everybody can be a part of so that you don't feel like you're recreating the wheel on anything. Just jump in, get excited, and talk about it the way that you want to talk about it. That's exciting. What are you excited for it?
Also, just I did this back in the day and I kind of ate my words, but just because you're not necessarily doing a program, but it's a brand new program and your current Beachbody customers are getting emails about it, and then you never say anything about it. I mean this from the most protected place, but I will tell you that if they are interested in doing it, they're going to want to know why you're not. And if you guys aren't that close, they're probably going to go find a coach that is. Because and I lost, when what program launched? Hammer and Chisel. And I wasn't on board. I think I got pregnant or I don't remember what happened. I was newer and I didn't say anything. And I remember someone calling me or telling, I'm like, oh, how are you? Long time later. And they're like, oh, I actually switched to another coach. And I was like, do you mind if I ask why? And they were like, well, you weren't doing Hammer and Chisel and I really wanted to do it. And I was like, fair enough. That's a very, valid. So even if you are not doing the program, that there are people on our team that are. There is no reason why in a newsletter or in your stories, you can't still promote something, letting people know that this is an opportunity for them, because they need to know that you are Beachbody in. that you are doing the things, even if it doesn't necessarily mean you are going to do the program for what reason you have or not. But they're getting emails, they're seeing infomercials, they are seeing all the ads because Beachbody is shoving it down everybody's throat. So you are Beachbody. They are associating you with that. So they're going to wonder, well, what's going on? Why aren't you doing this? And if you're not close, they're going to go find a coach that is. So just be aware of that, and be mindful of it. Because I think that sometimes yes, it's our own personal journey, and we don't want, if you don't want to do something, that's totally fine. But there's no reason why you can't offer it, in making sure your customers know that it is available to them if they want to start. So that being said, we will lead into an info group starting on the 18th for 21 Days of Fitness. Is that right?
And we plan to do the same thing we did in our info group right now for fixings and the work. We'll do the same with bar. We'll start talking about bar in there as well.
But we're not starting bar until, because bar is very similar to the work. Like the work already started technically on September 30th, right?
Right. But the fact that it goes on sale on the 4th, I don't think we want to miss that. I think we still talk about it early.
So we start promoting bar and 21 Days of Fitness in. Do you think that we should be trying to run a group for bar?
I got to look at the dates. So what?
Because
I don't even know when Beachbody's starting groups. Is it? Sorry, girls, we should know these things.
I don't know though. Because I know I kept thinking I was starting bar on January 1st in my brain.
Right. But the day you buy it, is it available? Because remember with Morning Meltdown, we bought it and we didn't get it till they didn't give it to us right away.
I feel like that's the situation, but
I'd rather that be the situation because I don't like how they did the work. Just being real. I don't like how they threw it out there and we weren't even done with Morning Meltdown. Just from a logistics standpoint.
Let me see if I can find it. Okay, well, we'll keep going.
In any case, I can look it up. You keep going.
Okay, so we are also going to talk about, we are going to have a Black Friday sale. This is a big deal, you guys, because it'll start on the 29th and it will go through the 2nd of December. We did this last year. This is honestly how you end up hitting Success Club. If you are suffering through the end of November and you still haven't hit it, this is usually the way it happens. We blew this out of the water last year and we had raging success. So we do like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So basically the sales are through the 28, 29, 30, December 1st, 2nd. I'm going to put on here Black Friday sale. And we called it like a flash sale. I don't even remember what we called it.
Flash sale.
Flash sale. December.
No, we called it a holiday blitz.
That's right, the holiday blitz, because that sounds fantastic. What even is that, What are you doing? 12-2, it's being silly. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that as, no. Okay, so we have.
Okay, time out. I just found the answer to our prayers.
Oh, good. It doesn't come out till January.
Our blend it's the same as Morning Meltdown. Thank you, Lord. So from December 3rd to the 15th, only coaches can buy it. So that's the time to stack your team, sign up all those people as coaches, and then customers can buy it on December 16th, but it's not launching till January 6th.
Awesome. That's great news.
Wait, actually, it says January 6th, Bar Blend VIP group, and then January 13th is early access. So
coaches get access to it early.
Huh?
Coaches then are getting access to it early.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well then, gosh, silly calendar. We're gonna just call this team events. Okay. So then do we need to start an info group, or are we just gonna sprinkle it into our info group starting on the 18th?
I think we start sprinkling it and then we hit it hard as it comes out.
Okay, so on the 18th in the info group, we will start talking about 21 Days of Fitness, the bar, and the holiday blitz sale. So that will be like the blend of, we'll have like a good flow of what we're talking about. Remember, the info groups are simply there as a means for you guys to utilize. I think what we'll probably do, maybe we even do we talk about this, doing the holiday blitz inside the info group?
We talked about it.
Might be kind of messy though. I think it might be a little overwhelming. There's so much in that group, but we'll get it really plugged in so people can get all the information. They know the dates, they know the groups. We will probably do an announcement post that covers everything, and then we'll put it all in there so that people don't have any questions about all of the stuff that's happening. So this is going to be info, 21 days of fitness and bar and blitz. And that is going to run through, well, doesn't really matter when it runs to. We'll just put that as an all day. Yeah, just as a note. Okay. So that leads us into, we have our Black Friday sale, our holiday blitz. Oh, let me just change. That's going to make me cuckoo because then I'll be like, wait, what are we doing again? Holiday blitz sale. And for those of you that don't know what that is, we should probably cover that. What we did is we created all like the packages. So you got to basically, remind me, Andy, what did we do? I just had a baby, literally days.
We broke it down to, I don't remember how many we had, like 12 items. So every couple hours we said like, here's the item, and it was like recover and energize, or you could get them individually. So it gave us an opportunity to showcase each item. And then what we did was, depending on the price point of the item, we gave cash back. So whether, and we explain all of this. It sounds complicated, but I promise you, we have all of this already written down because we already done it. So like in the pinned post at the top, it'll explain it. Like you'll get, we can either do it as Amazon gift cards back or Venmo. And you just say, like, in the post, it'll describe what the item is. It'll have a nice picture. It'll say how much it normally is at regular price, how much it is at the Coach price, because that kind of puts that little seed of Coach prices, how much they can get it for that day at the flash sale price. And then we always reiterate it at the bottom with little stars and italics, like, you will be receiving $5 back via Venmo from the Coach you purchased from, or whatever it is, because of course it depends on the price point. So we do challenge packs. At the time we were launching T20, so we did T20 challenge packs, but then we also broke down things individually. We did basically everything: beach bars, all of the boosts, challenge packs. So it's a good way to showcase all of the options that we have. And also, I feel like random customers come out of the woodworks where they just want like a little piece of a little something, and you're like, oh, that's all you want? Well, they just want a little taste of whatever it was that they chose, and they're getting a good deal on it. And we kept in mind, obviously, with all of the prices, that you're still making more in commission than you are getting back, obviously. But now you have a new customer, or it's also a great thing to send an email out to all of your existing customers in case they want to try something at a discounted price.
And we did we did a live video. So we would showcase that thing, and then someone would go live and they would talk about that item. Like, why is this such a game changer for you?
Oh, and the other thing we did was we asked them, we'd say, like, comment below if you want this item. And if they commented, then the coach, whose person that was, said, okay, I just sent your share cart, or I just sent your BB link, post in here once you purchased your item. And then they would post, and so it would get more excitement. Like, oh, this person, we could go on and be like, oh, this person just grabbed their first time of Energize. So excited for you, or whatever.
Yeah, we blew it up. It was really fun. It was actually a really fun and very successful group. I feel like everybody went away with making some money, and we had really fun images that you got to promote in your stories and all that jazz. So yeah. Okay. So then that leads us into 21 days of fitness. If you have never done 21 days of fitness with us, it's my most favorite group. It has been my most favorite group since the beginning of time. But basically, we do every day. There's a prize. There's a winner. So there's 21 prizes, and we make a big graphic of all the prizes, and we just kind of like grab things from like we all kind of collectively put stuff together, but we do one Shakeology pack of everything. P.S. Save a pumpkin. I don't have any left. Save a
I
pumpkin.
have some.
Okay, great. So we have like one little image of everything, and whoever. So there's a challenge post at the end of every night, and whoever comments on that, we draw a name, and we announce the winner at the 11 o'clock hour of what they choose. So all the little things start to go away, and we have a different prize winner every single day. It's just a really fun group. It's Christmassy. It's happy. It's tons of engagement. We will have a hybrid calendar for 21 Days of Fitness. I usually try to do like literally a different. I feel like we have so many right now that we could have a different program almost every day. So it'll be just really fun and exciting, and I highly recommend jumping in or running your own if you want. But it really just is a really neat program or challenge group to be a part of. Okay, any questions? I feel like I'm trying to go slow. I was going to go line by line, like promote this. But I feel like you guys you get the point. Yes? No? Are you overwhelmed? You shouldn't be. This should be like, oh no, I'm not overwhelmed. Look at all these pretty colors. I know exactly what's happening for the rest of the year. Is that not what's happening? Do you not feel that way? I'm going to take your no response as, just kidding. Okay, I'm going to put new coach mentorship on here for December. What?
Becky said you're so organized.
Oh, I mean, you have to be, right? We just would go cuckoo loco. Okay, so 21 Day Fitness runs through right before Christmas. And then this is usually this last 2 weeks of the month. Because you have to figure, see, this is a problem, Andy. We can't have 21
Everybody disappears off the planet those last 2 weeks, so we got to be strategic.
We actually can't have 21 Days of Fitness start on the 2nd.
Why?
Because it doesn't give anybody any time to hit Success Club in December. You literally have 3 days.
It through we ran it last year through Christmas, and then you just have to take the angle when you're talking to people like, we're going to help get you through Christmas unscathed, which isn't a bad.
That puts the fixings so long. Now
you just added 1 week, right?
Yeah, 5-week group though is like never very successful. Usually you lose people unless we do a week of clean week next week. That's what we do. We do clean week next week.
This is why you got to plan it out, because we made the mistake of poor planning for Success Club this month.
Yeah, we do clean week, and then the fixing starts on the 11th. And then it runs.
So you guys, those lists, I feel like one thing that is, I don't know if it's helping, but it seems to help. And this is where I felt kind of dead in the water the first 15 days of this month, is having those lists of people who are joining, and you're talking about your challenge group, and then every few days you're showing who add to the list. But when you start a challenge group at the very beginning of the month, I feel like it's harder to build that momentum up for what's coming next, when what's coming next isn't till way out. Does that make sense? That's why we're trying to plan that a little bit better. So if you're at the beginning of the month and you're in your final push of adding people to that group, then what did you do? You pushed back fixings for a week. I thought you just did clean week after it, end of it.
No, at the beginning of it. Fixings will start, clean week starts on Monday. That makes more sense. Then you kind of have like what's wrong?
But why don't we still call it fixings starting Monday? Because that's what we've told everybody. That's fine. We'll on the calendar.
Yeah,
we'll have them
still the fixings, but you can. The nice part is we can run the same clean week special in the work. Like we can kind of promote it the same way. Like same images we could use for clean week and have people start clean week, and then have the fixing calendar, all the fixes start on the 11th is what I'm saying. People don't know. They don't know any different. We're still
I'm just saying
starting.
we still need to say that it's the fixings
Oh, yeah. It's all the fixings.
because otherwise, because we have people ready to start Monday and they're going to be confused. Like, why are we not starting Monday?
No, they are. They're just starting with, they're not
So
going
when
to.
you make the calendar, just make sure. I
Clean week
think you
starting.
still put the calendar up Monday and just have clean week starting at the beginning of all
Yeah,
the
which I
fixings
think is better anyway
because I
because
don't because new people aren't going to understand
they don't
the
know anything.
the fixings part of it anyways. That it's all not that they're not going to understand, but they're not going to like pick up on that. And be like, oh well, why are these workouts not the fix
And if
that
you're
first week?
wondering why, like you're like, well, why would you even do that? Is because by the 5th week, if you threw in another week of autumn of the same count, people are bored. They're gone. 5th week of anything is dead, unless you're doing a full program.
My girls going into fixings are actually doing morning meltdown. To be honest, I just remembered that. But
Well, then there you go. They don't even care what they're doing. They're starting morning meltdown. We probably could have put morning meltdown people into morning meltdown, considering there's still a pile of people who are still finishing morning meltdown.
I know, but I feel like if we keep adding to that group, it's never going to end. Not that I want it to end. I feel like it's a pretty rad group, but
I don't actually really want it to end either. I really like it.
see, that's fine. It's still going to start on Monday. She's just talking about for the calendar that she's going to create for the people who aren't doing these other programs. She's just going to add. She's going to put that they do clean week the first week. So it's still going to be fixings starting on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now 21 Days of Fitness is perfect because now we really only have 1 week left, and not even a week. We literally have 2 days left in the month, leading us into what happens after. When does bar start again? Not till the 13th,
Not
right?
till January 13th. Well, I feel like I need a little bit more clarification than what the FAQ says. Because it sounds like if you're in her group, which basically just means you bought a challenge pack as a coach, then you can start the 6th, but customers can't start to the 13th. So I think we can't start to the 13th because we're not going to start it without our customers.
So then we'll probably do like well, we'll do prep week here, but we can do like a really fun, like goal setting, like get your butt in gear, turkey, like a huge work, like something really fun, because most people really want to start something on the 1st. That's just a thing because they think that they have to. So we'll probably have like a goal buster, a 2-week like blast or something, and then we'll start the bar, and then we'll probably start like a new year, new you group, right?
Yeah. And the new year, new you would start the 6th.
Yeah, so this would be new year. Look at my calendar knows. Isn't that creepy? Actually, it's really creepy. Why do you know things? Yikes. Okay, so new year, new you. This will be a prep week bar starting here. We're not going to go further after this. I promise. Is bar 6 weeks?
4.
Oh, that's fun. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it ends.
Wait, no. It said 40 workouts. I got to look.
Oh, it's like a weird one.
Does anybody know? Again, something else I should know. It says 40 plus unique workouts, 30 to 40 minutes a day. But her group, her VIP group, is actually only 3 weeks. I'm going to do 40 workouts in 3 weeks.
Very aggressively? I don't I don't know.
I'll ask Kelly if she knows.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna end it on the 2nd of February. We'll see what happens. Okay, well then that's the I'm gonna stop here because we can literally go on forever, which is kind of nice. Feels good. Oh, and then we're gonna do a free 21 Days of Fitness group starting on.
We're going to have to call it something different, though, or it'll be confusing.
Yeah.
Can't have a 21 Days of Fitness paid
Free,
group
paid
and
and free.
call, huh?
No, we'll call it my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things.
Cece, I think that's at the start of the year we were doing these calls. I don't even know if Hardheaders are still doing them, where one Tuesday a month, one of the Diamonds was hosting these Emeralds in 24-hour calls, basically just talking about how to get to Emerald in 24 hours, obviously, so people would invite their new coaches to it. But I don't know that they still exist.
I don't know either. I have no idea. Do we want it to be 21 days, or do we want it to be 12 days of Christmas for a free 12? Okay, and if we want 12 days of Christmas, do we want it to run right into Christmas, or do we want it to end earlier?
End earlier, because I feel like people stop paying attention that week of Christmas.
So do you want to start it like on the 9th and it ends on the
22nd? Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do 12 days of Christmas. This is gonna be a fitness challenge group. It's going to be that's weird. That said free group at one point. It will be, so I don't know if you guys have ever done challenges where they're like, you spell things and all the letters of the alphabet are different exercises. So like A would be like 10 jumping jacks, B would be like 20 sliders, C would be like band walks or something. We're going to do fun moves that we do in all the different programs, which is going to be the fun part. And every day, so like day 1 will be like spell your name, and then that's like your workout is you have to spell your name using the exercises. And then the day 2 will be like, what's your favorite like Christmas decoration? Day 3, what's your favorite thing at Christmas dinner? Just different, like, then they have to spell out those things and they have to do that workout. So it'll just be a real fun free group, but with the component of some fitness. And I think that we will probably do like healthy eats. We'll share like maybe we'll tell them, we'll give them a meal plan if they want, or maybe we'll even I bet you the Mompreneur will come out with like a holiday recipe guide. So we can like give them that for free. And then they can get, different stuff. And then every day we can post different, like we can post a shake, but not necessarily a Shakeology, just different healthy, what's the word I'm looking for? Alternatives to some of the things that we eat during Christmas. Cool.
Sounds great.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel great. This feels great. I feel like I'm ready now. So I'm gonna make does anybody have questions, comments, concerns? Get off of my calendar. I should just put team calls on here, and then that way I can put this in the team page, and we can, oh, you're wrong this time, calendar. And then that way, when I put it in there, you guys can, it'll be on there for the calendar. I don't know what that, maybe I should probably cancel these. Do they exist, Andy? Well, I'm deleting them because I haven't seen one in a long time. Okay. All right, no questions, nothing? We probably will not have a team call on Christmas Eve or on New Year's Eve. So we will have a 2-week little break there. Okay, that's all. What do you guys think? Do you feel organized in your minds or overwhelmed?
Both.
I feel good. Would you say both?
Yeah. I think that once I have time to process it and go through it myself, like what I wrote down, I think I'll feel better.
Well, and remember, in the post that I post on Sundays, I will always include like, okay, now that we're going to be doing info groups or free groups, I'll say like, here's a great, don't forget to promote this free group this week, or it's all there. And that's why that post is so crucial. It's supposed to give you life. And yes, you guys can run with whatever you want. Our hope is that you just see this as a suggestion. You see this as like, okay, this is a great way to look at X, Y, and Z, or this is a great way to move forward in this area, or always having something to kind of fall back on. Like if all of a sudden you're like, man, my plan for X, Y, and Z didn't pan out, what do I need to invite to? I think that sometimes is half the battle. Oh, yay, Becky, I'm so glad.
Yeah, I agree. That post is super helpful.
I'm so glad. I feel like it's helpful for me. I go to it almost every day. I would say that I hit up that post every single day because I'm looking for either who's in the dancing, or I'm looking for an invite, and it's all just right there in front of me. So good. I'm glad. Yay. Okay. Look at that. Right at 8 o'clock. I feel like we just covered so much stuff too. Brianna, welcome to our call. Pretty sure this is your first week. Welcome.
Yay.
Was that overwhelming or helpful? I'm afraid you're going to say overwhelming because if I was brand new, that might be. I can't hear you. You're not muted either. Sorry, I'm listening to something and I can't tell if it's a crying or not. Okay, well, I guess that's all. Yeah, better go. Onward, friends. Did someone take a photo while we were doing it? Anybody take like a good, like, making moves? No. Well, I'm just going to take one real quick. Okay, guys. I hope you all have the most fantastic day. Uh-oh, someone was asking a question. Oh, no worries. All right. Hasta luego, girly girls. See you guys tomorrow with your Pitbull dance moves.
Bye.
Bye.